A terrific, world-class, one-handed fighter. Margarito banging him against the ropes here, trying to get to Pacquiao's body. That could change the fight. Pacquiao fighting back with his back on the ropes.
And here comes
Manny. And he turns it around and bangs Margarito viciously. Left cross straight on the bad eye. And another one. Right on that badly bruised right eye of Margarito. Pacquiao hits him again with the left. Margarito nods at him. Pacquiao hits him at will. Bang! Observed, probably the most carefully watched hand wrap ever, and of course Pacquiao's hand wrap was so observed. Tested to the Texas State Athletic Commission. The Athletic Commission had to determine that a drug test after the fight will have to be the measure of whether Margarito has taken a banned substance.
Margarito starting with a decent jab.
The question there, of course, becomes how long does it last? Pacquiao trying to get inside and go to the body, and Emmanuel Stewart to him a little bit.
What I'm surprised about is Margarito's jab, which is a very good move. And that seems to be at this stage, the most dominant punch in the fight.
Expected to see was Antonio Margarito standing in the middle of the ring and boxing with Manny Pacquiao, but that's what's happened so far.
He's a very intelligent fighter. Well, he's won maybe the round, but I don't think he's dominated. I see a lot of effectiveness with the jabs of Margarito still.
Margarito throwing 44 jabs out of 53 punches. A 53-punch output for Antonio Margarito in round one. But he has had trouble getting rolling in the early parts of some of his fights, notably the Paul Williams fight. Margarito still content to stand in the middle of the ring and box with Manny Pacquiao. Has not tried to drive him to the ropes.
Margarito has landed not only some shots, he landed a headbutt followed by a right hand. These are hard shots from a big man.
Big factor in this fight, as I see right here.
But speed belongs to Pacquiao.
Same facial expression that Margarito had when he fought Cotto.
I mean, you're not supposed to be on the ropes against Margarito, and there he is on the ropes, Emmanuel.
Good left hook inside left cross inside by Pacquiao when he gets close. Uppercuts for Margarito.
This is why when you asked me,
fighting a man this big. Delectable experience perhaps for Margarito fighting a man this small.
When I was giving you the keys to victory earlier, I said Margarito didn't work left uppercuts or right uppercuts through the middle, because in the past it's shown that Pacquiao is very vulnerable for punches up through the center.
Manny Pacquiao looked vulnerable, and he's looked a little vulnerable here early.
First 3 rounds, Margarito's jab is bothering Pacquiao. Good straight left hand by Pacquiao. Pacquiao flirts with the corner there, then moves away. Now his back is against the ropes. Margarito tries to press the action. Pacquiao hits him flush with a big left hand. And then Pacquiao using the hand speed advantage to get Margarito off of it.
You see Pacquiao land beautiful punches, even with his defense up. Margarito still was getting good punches because of the accurate pinpoint punching power.
He's winning this fight on clean, effective punching. And he throws the left and he steps to the side, so when Margarito comes out of the shell, he don't hit him because the guy ain't there. You know, that's good ring generalship. Pacquiao does it all the time.
To go the distance, in case he gets a knockout fan. But
I think you're looking at 12 rounds of nervous jeopardy, but he might win every round.
Margarito's saying that Pacquiao's not hurting him, but his face is telling a different story.
Indeed. And Pacquiao's beginning to land with almost every punch.
But he's not as physically strong and has to do this rather than just bully Margarito around the ring.
But he's beating Margarito up in this round. There's a huge welt under Margarito's right eye. He's backing Margarito up, and he's hurting him. And Margarito can say all this.
Most of the fighters today, they punch at the target. Very seldom do they penetrate. The left hand shot to the body, which I think started all of the serious problems for Margarito. Even though he was being outpointed, seemingly with that shot, he never has recuperated. And if you notice, his body form is bending over as if he's still hurt from the body punch.
Sensational round for Pacquiao, who landed 43 of 62 power shots.
He doesn't just waste punch.
He even has the ability to adjust the punch in mid-arc.
Yeah.
Margarito going to the body against the ropes. That was the first moment that Margarito actually made it look for a moment like his fight against Cotto. And here comes Pacquiao.
As always.
He loves to answer back.
Yes.
Fighting spirit is something to behold. He loves fighting.
Of course, since Manny's a southpaw, it wasn't a left hook to the body, it's a left cross. But the bottom
Margarito staggered.
Lands in the same place. Straight left-hand shots for Pacquiao, staggering Margarito momentarily there. Big right hook. Great shot.
What round is it? What round is it? Oh, it's okay.
That's the eye out of which Margarito has to try to track Manny Pacquiao's lightning left hand. Per round for Antonio Margarito, who at the height of his career a few years ago was averaging 100 punches per round. Creating angles.
Creating angles, yeah, because
there's no way Margarito can find him. No way Margarito finds him when he does that.
Where Margarito couldn't see him. That didn't work.
Against Miguel Cotto. Afterward, I asked him what was most impressive. He said easy, the footwork.
Some bigger than others, but he's winning all of them.
Now Margarito catches Pacquiao twice against the ropes. This gives him will and confidence. Suddenly he's back in the fight as he's tasted for a moment the advantage of having Pacquiao against the ropes. This is Pacquiao's nightmare. Locked in a trap against a much bigger man. Fights his way out of it. Bloodies Margarito some more. Now round 7 begins. They're more than halfway through the fight. Harold Letterman, how do you have it so far?
6-0, Pacquiao.
I think it's Freddie Roach's nightmare. I think it might be Bob Arum's nightmare. But the bottom line is, you're right. Manny loves to fight.
Loves to fight.
Well, this is a dazzling display of boxing skill, power, everything.
So, in a historical sense, how good is he, Emmanuel?
I think he's one of the best fighters I've ever saw.
And this is the best offensive fighter I've ever seen.
He does it all and fights everybody. That's what I like about him.
See what's kept Margarito up in this fight is his enormous size advantage.
Possibly going to 12-round decision only because of Margarito's size.
In spite of the look, in spite of the way his face looks.
Margarito's hanging in, and he's having more flurries as the fight continues, but Pacquiao just stunned him with a right hook and backed him off again.
Here you see Manny Pacquiao landing all of these precise punches. Even with a guards up high defense, he still pinpoints areas where he can get through and penetrate. But to me, the perfect fight is the way he fought the last round. Punching, moving in and out, taking advantage of that great natural coordination.
In round 7, Pacquiao 45 of 104, his high output for the fight. Margarito 31 out of 71, his best round of the fight. Was a terrific, world-class, one-handed fighter. Margarito banging him against the ropes here, trying to get to Pacquiao's body. That could change the fight. Pacquiao fighting back with his back on the ropes.
And here comes
Manny. And he turns it around and bangs Margarito viciously. Left cross straight on the bad eye. And another one. Right on that badly bruised right eye of Margarito. Pacquiao hits him again with the left. Margarito nods at him. Pacquiao hits him at will. Bang! Absolutely.
You know, I've trained in the gym with Margarito, and what he trains going 15 and 16 rounds. That's because he wins his fights on stamina. So that's his biggest factor, is fighting while he's tired.
And he's blocking some of the punches, taking some. He took a big left hook there.
And speaking of redemption for Margarito, so far this has been a measure of redemption because he's never stopped fighting his fight in spite of a frightful beating.
Your own conclusions.
I talked to Miguel earlier today. Miguel said this was going to be a very tough fight. As I was telling him, I thought that Pacquiao had to edge. He said, man, he may have edge, but it's going to be a hard fight.
What an exchange.
What a fight. I mean, this is a fun fight to watch. Sensational. Margarito had a tremendous round, landing 29 out of 55. That the 34 punches Margarito landed in that last round are the most anybody's ever landed against Manny Pacquiao in a single round.
But it's just a bigger man can absorb the punches a little better than a smaller guy. But a regular 140-pounder, I think Manny would have knocked out.
For the first time in this round, has begun to move away simply to create space between himself and Margarito. Call it breathing room.
Here you see Manny Pacquiao do what he does better than any boxer in the game. Let a guy miss, catch him with a punch, let him miss, hit him with a punch again. A lot of guys will let guys miss punches, but they don't take advantage of it the way that he does.
Time.
Beautiful ring generalship, fairly good defense. You know, he's been really aggressive, just fighting the perfect fight. 9-0, Manny Pacquiao.
17 pounds bigger than himself. Touching him up.
It's that Pacquiao's moved up 40 pounds and then gave away 17 pounds.
Right. He's a former flyweight, beating up one of the biggest welterweights we ever saw.
Yes.
Margarito. Freddie Roach wanted to get the Texas State Athletic Commission to make Margarito shave off the beard, which probably they would have done. Pacquiao said, leave it there. I want to use it as a target. That's a fighter. Manny. 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 Boom! Another perfect right hook. What a show. Greatest offensive fighter of the era.
Physically fatigued, both. And this right hook.
He's ready to go.
That's one of the biggest jabs I've ever seen.
It was a right hook. He didn't see it coming.
That was a right hook from Pacquiao.
Yeah, Pacquiao
stopped Margarito in his tracks.
Perfect fight. He still may stop him. He may get out of this round, but I think it's a good chance that Pacquiao may stop him in the next couple of rounds. Here you see this counter right hook, which is, as I said earlier, one of the best punches that you can land. And
once he added the right hand to his stunning left cross, that took him to an entirely different stratosphere.
He has a ton of heart. He could have gotten out of this fight a million times. Wants to keep fighting. He's not just doing it as a show for the referee or for the fans, rather. Look at me, I'm tough. He really wants to win the fight, even though he's hopelessly behind and getting
no head movement at all.
Pacquiao looking towards the ref, asking him to stop the fight at this point, it looks to me. Landed a shot, looked towards Cole's.
He again looks at Cole.
I think
how much punishment do you want him to take? That's what he's saying to Cole.
Look, he's doing a good job, I think. It's like this, you can't stop it yet. Because as long as the guy's punching back, he's out being out-punched, but the referee has to wait a few more seconds before he can stop.
Emmanuel, he's rearranging Margarito's face, and it may never look the same again.
I don't know, but it's just, this is boxing.
He's have zero snap. He is way.
If the referee stopped, there wouldn't be any complaint, but I just don't think.
He wanted the fight stopped. He said no. Wanted the fight to the finish. Same thing here, obviously. But it's not doing Margarito any good to take the number of shots he's taking now. Flush on an all. Pacquiao landed 51 of 75 power shots in the last round. Max, I honestly wonder whether Pacquiao has no more stomach for the punishment anymore.
He does look like he's carrying Margarito right now.
Joe Calzaghe seemingly was doing that with Roy Jones in the later rounds, too.
Absolutely.
For years, Sugar Ray Leonard wouldn't fight Marvin Hagler. Of course, Hagler's much bigger than Leonard. Until he felt the time was right. He noticed Hagler slow down against Duran and Mugabe. Then he took the fight.
To say, because he's fighting such different guys every time out, and they're all so big. Now suddenly there's some Manny energy. Looks as though he wants to make sure that he wins the round. This is not Manny Pacquiao the fighter. This is Manny Pacquiao the congressman, Manny Pacquiao the cultural icon, Manny Pacquiao the citizen of the world. That's the man who's letting Margarito finish. And we're done. 120 to 108. That's a shutout.
Jay Lango scores the bout 120-108. Glenn Crocker 118-110. Orange Schellenberger 119-109. All three to the winner by unanimous decision. And now winner of his 8th World Championship, the fighting pride of Sarangani Province, Philippines, Manny Pacman Pacquiao.